Hello and welcome back to Spekd. Today we're going to be looking at Warhammer Conquest issue number 37. Let's get this open. We know it's terrain because on the back, there he is. So here's our sprues, and this is the same as the last one that we had before, which I'm grateful for. It's going to be a simple sponge brush job, or a sponge paint job, I should say. All very clear, clean, simple, some of the most easiest terrain to make. The price is still $7.99, that has not changed. Let's go and have a look at this. So we know that we're not going to get very much in the way of build or painting differences. We've got some info there on recessing shades, but there's going to be nothing major. I hope we get a lot of lore and a lot of history though. If we get that, that'd be awesome. Let's have a look. So let's see, we have our sorcerer's info, chronicles, we've got our ruins build, painting, there's actually quite a lot there, including recess painting now, zone section, rules for warlords, look at that. Okay, so there we go, using warlords in the game, it's going to be very, very different. We've got the Sky Shield landing pad and the evac mission. Okay, so we're going to have a look at Death Guard sorcerers. See, even this is better artwork than the last one. I don't know if you remember one of the magazines recently, I think it's about 2 issues ago. It was really poor quality, but I mean, look at that intensity. I mean, look, I mean, yeah, if that isn't bloated and corrupt, I don't know what is. And look, we've got a lovely banner up there as well. Or Vexilla, either way it's looking good. So we're getting a good chunk of lore and history there, including the integration to noble demons, talking about the Death Lords and what they're doing. Got maggot mancers, I've never heard that before, it's the first time hearing that. It sounds delicious. Well, not for eating, but clearly just for gaining info. We have the continuation of the Chronicles of Ultramar. If you're an Ultramarine player, then this is the stuff you're going to need anyway. And really, as I have discussed in the past, with the combination of this and the rules in the back, it pretty much is your codex there. Look at the artwork there. Rute Gilliman, battles traitors, word bearers, high above the planet Cal. I didn't even consider, yeah, they can survive in space without a spacesuit. Totally forgot about that. The Ultramarines are tough, or all Space Marines are tough. Half sigh, and that's why they're called Space Marines. So we've got the Horus Heresy, we're continuing the Chronicles. We've got the rebirth there, the growth. Okay, we've got ruins build, which was seen before, but it's just plug and play, like literally click and just plug in. I'll put a link up there for the last one that we saw, and you can look at that if you need to. We're looking at the ruins, and ruins actually got quite a good interaction when it comes to gameplay, especially for defense and like charge effects for infantry blocking line of sight. So we try and use that. So we've got a dry brushing, lead belchers, retributors, null. Yeah, okay, it's very nice, but you're going to use up all your paint. So try to get your cheap paints on. Wirings, picking out small details. That's nice to see. Optional bits. Yeah, okay, that is cleaner. I will give them that. And we're going there now for the additional bits. Okay, so we're looking at the Steel Legion drab. For the fine details, because we looked at Death Guard, but we didn't actually look at how that related to the Space Marines. It's actually quite good to see the chaplain get a little look there. A lot of these skulls which we've been painting, ropes there, that's pretty good. Okay, straightforward, missed details. Okay, checking your marine over. Okay, so admittedly, once I painted my chaplain, I looked back afterwards and I could see an area that I wanted to highlight, which was his bolter. If you look at the Absolver bolter, where he has the Death's Head logo, I hadn't actually hit it with a highlight, so I did all that highlighting work and just totally forgot that area. So just always worth going back and having a look, but sometimes it takes a little while for you to spot it. So if you've been getting the subscription, you get these brushes anyway. So your recess shade brushes, recess even, that's pretty good. Just take your time and always repaint over any mistakes that you make. We'll be fine. Okay, so this is what we want to see, the Warlords information. So this is now going to discuss Warlords, the leader of the battles, and we've seen that I think in issue 19 when we got Lord Felthius, and issue 29 when we got the Primaris Captain. But they're actually picking out here the Librarian Space Marine. So you got Warlord traits, and this affects the way that you play. If you've kind of been in Warhammer before, you'll know about these, and you have Legion specific ones. For those of you just starting, this is just kind of like a nice simple introduction to having an additional role added to a character for you. So on top of there, maybe re-roll bonuses, or you know, re-roll saves. This will give them like an additional force multiplier, which makes the army more effective. So that's really good. So mission there, Sky Shield landing pad, which that's only half a chunk, so I don't actually know if we get that. I think we do actually get this. So that's kind of handy, but I honestly do believe that we'll be getting a new match soon. So, and what they've done there is they've just literally printed that out to stick down or to put on top of. That's not a bad little idea, actually. That's a good way of changing the terrain quite easily. Okay, alright, thinking about that. So mission briefing, we are moving ahead now to evacuation. So it seems like the Ultramarines have actually failed, or they're evacuating because they're being overwhelmed, if I remember from the last issue we looked at. Yeah, and get to the drop ship. I just read that in my mind as get to the drop pod. For those of you that know Warhammer 40,000, you know that drop pods are a thing from the last issue, not current. Okay, so we've got our battlefield set up, we've got our deployment, our landing pad for evacuation, we've got our armies there, we've got the Chaos Rhino, Tainted Cohort, 5 Plague Marines and Foul Blight Spawn. Versus 5 Intercessors, 3 Aggressors, Hellblasters, Primaris, Apothecary and Librarian. Now, I think Death Guard kind of advances there in the beginning. Okay. That's a tough one. Space Marines have a lot of movement, so they can move really quickly, but the Chaos Army does have that Rhino, and they can block off the area heading towards the landing pad. So that could be quite a problem, and they are going first. So the advanced pop smoke, yeah, okay. So that's another one that will have to be played out. And we'll see what happens there. Short and sweet, this issue. Okay, so next issue, 38, they've got Plague Surgeon. With new rules and missions, and a new Mechanicus Zone battle map. I wonder if that's a map that adds to this one to start making it towards that 6x4. And then we have the Primaris Hero there, which is going to be awesome for issue number 39. Detailed guides, I wonder what those are about. Well, either way, I'm looking forward to that. Well, that was short and sweet. I think it's because I didn't have to build the terrain there, so that was quite easy. And well, what can I say? This is going to go into my folder and put it away, but I will go through the battles and they will be up fairly soon. I keep saying that, and they will be. Filming them, I don't want to release them like one at a time. I kind of want to do 3 or 4 at once, so it at least feels like you're watching something, because they can end very quickly. Anyway, this has been Spekd. I've enjoyed my time. I hope you've enjoyed your time. Always like, comment, share and subscribe. And then after that, enjoy your hobby time. PC out.